A woman writes from Mattapan, Massachusetts, with a whole bunch of different issues relating to all kinds of stuff. But one of the questions that she asks is, what is the essential difference between other religions and the Jewish religion, since they all claim to be claim to the divine truth? I mean, if you speak to a Muslim or to a passionate Christian, they are as convinced that they have the true religion as we might want to argue about Judaism. So how do you make a difference between the religions? How do we know whose religion is in fact the true religion? This is the question that this woman asks. To which the Rebbe answers, I can only quote one point that emphasizes this, and this question has been discussed at length in many books and pamphlets, and I can only quote here one point that emphasizes the radical difference between our religion and others. In all other religions, especially those which are more prevalent in the United States of America, namely Christianity and Islam, the religion itself bases its tradition and its origin on a single individual, Muhammad, in the case of Islam, or several individuals, the Christian apostles, and here eventually too, only one person, Paul, the founder of Christianity. And the same is true of Buddhism, which was founded by an ancient Hindu sage, the Buddha, the enlightened one, whose followers adopted his teachings and doctrines and called themselves Buddhists after him. I emphasize again that these religions themselves and their followers openly declare the way in which they were founded. So they're based upon the testimony of a single person's revelation or insight. On the other hand, the Jewish religion goes back to revelation at Mount Sinai, in which, by the way, the Christians and the Muslims also believe, which took place in the presence of 600,000 adult men, not including women, children, and old folk, all of whom together would total several million souls. And this difference is very fundamental, for where it is claimed that the religion originates with a single individual or a group of individuals, one can argue that there might have been human error involved, or even conspiracy. No such argument can be made in regard to the divine revelation at Mount Sinai, which took place in the presence of the entire Jewish people, living witnesses, and was transmitted from parents to children in an unbroken chain of tradition to this very day. And this is why the great teacher, the Maimonides, describes the experience in the following terms: our eyes saw and not a stranger's, our own ears heard and not those of another. As a matter of fact, there are 6 places in the Torah where we are told to remember something each day of our lives. These are called the Shesh Zechirot, the 6 remembrances. In some liturgies, these are included at the end of the service. And one of them is taken from Deuteronomy. Just guard yourself and guard your soul very carefully. Lest you forget the things that your eyes saw, and lest they depart from your heart all the days of your life. And you shall make them known to your children, and to your children's children, Yom Asher Amadata Lifnei Adonai Lehecha B'Chorev, the day on which you stood before the Almighty at Mount Chorev. So that is the principle that he wants to know.